You picture the ultimate modern workspace, right? It's usually this pristine, minimalist desk with a floating monitor, but then you look underneath and it's just a chaotic rat king of cables.
Yeah, cables, power bricks, that giant plastic computer tower you always kick by accident.
Yeah.
It's the ugly truth of most AV setups.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We're looking at how to actually achieve that clean aesthetic without, sacrificing any
Because
performance.
we still need heavy computing power to get things done, right?
Exactly. So our source today is a spec sheet from HDTVSupply. They've been in the AV game for like 25 years. And we are looking at the Atlona HT-DSCV3-RX-WP.
Quite a mouthful.
Oh, yeah, a total mouthful. It's an HD base of USB 3.2 receiver wall plate. The mission today is figuring out how this tiny 0.3-pound wall plate is basically a magic trick for corporate and medical facilities.
Making those bulky computers practically vanish because, it solves the single biggest headache in workspace design, which is distance limits.
Right, because standard USB cables are notoriously short. You plug one in and you have maybe 6 feet before the signal drops off?
Yeah, 6 feet is being generous sometimes. But this wall plate steps away from standard USB cables altogether. It uses HDBaseT technology to route the signal over heavy-duty Ethernet cables.
Wait, like standard network cables?
Well, specifically Cat6 or Cat7. And by doing that, this receiver extends a USB 3.2 connection up to a staggering 90 meters.
90 meters. That's literally a football field of distance between you and your actual computer.
Exactly. And it maintains a massive 5 gigabit per second data transfer rate the whole entire way.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, plus you don't lose compatibility. It still talks perfectly to your older USB 3.0, 2.0, and even 1.1 devices.
So it's kind of like instead of a congested 2-lane road, you're building a massive subway tunnel.
That's a great way to look at it.
You've got high-speed express trains carrying gigabits of data, and then right alongside them, heavy freight trains carrying power, and they just never interfere.
Yeah, that freight train analogy is spot on.
Yeah.
Because pushing data over 90 meters is impressive, but it's completely useless if your laptop dies.
Right, nobody wants a dead battery.
Exactly. So this system uses something called power over HDBaseT, or POH. It means you only have to plug the system into a wall outlet on one end.
Just one end.
Yep, either the hidden transmitter or this receiver at the desk. And then the receiver uses a built-in PSC power module to deliver up to 90 watts of charging power.
Straight to the laptop.
Straight to your host device through a USB-C cable.
Okay, wait, I have to push back here. I'm stuck on the physics of this.
What's the hang-up?
You're pushing 90 watts of power, which is enough to fast charge a really beefy laptop, through a compact wall plate that is, barely 4 inches tall?
It's actually exactly 1.75 by 4 inches, and it costs $384.
Okay, so why isn't this tiny thing catching fire? Or at least, overheating like crazy?
No, it sounds like a fire hazard, but it's actually just brilliant thermal engineering.
How so?
Well, because HD-based technology separates the data streams and the power streams so efficiently across the twisted pairs inside that Ethernet cable, it severely cuts down on electrical resistance.
Ah, and resistance is what creates the heat.
Exactly. Resistance is what generates all that heat in those bulky power bricks you're used to kicking under your desk.
Mm-hmm.
This tech safely directs the electricity without turning the wall plate into a space heater.
Okay, so we've solved the distance barrier and we solved the overheating issue. But, what does this actually look like for someone sitting down to work?
It really comes down to stripping away the physical clutter. Say you pair this wall plate with its companion video model, the HT-DSCV3-RX-WP.
Okay.
When you do that, you suddenly unlock dual HDMI video output.
Oh, so 2 monitors.
Right. A user sits down, plugs in one single USB-C cable to their laptop, and boom. They immediately have 90 watts of charging power, 2 separate monitors, and their gigabit data connection.
All from one cable. That is wild.
Yeah, and it even supports RS-232 pass-through.
Which means what, exactly?
Yeah, it's just a technical way of saying it can send commands to control older remote AV equipment. Things like ceiling projectors or motorized screens.
So it's one single cable driving the entire workstation. For you listening, whether you're tasked with designing a high-tech corporate conference room or you're just looking to seriously upgrade your own home office, understanding this kind of AV tech really changes the blueprint.
It absolutely does.
You just don't need to be tethered to a physical machine sitting right at your feet anymore.
Which, leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to consider.
I love a good question. Let's hear it.
Well, if we can now push massive amounts of data, high-definition video, and 90 watts of power over 100 yards through a simple wall plate, will the traditional personal computer eventually vanish from our desks altogether?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, we might be looking at a future where our devices are just invisible centralized hubs hidden in a server room somewhere, and your desk is finally just a desk.